Hey there, and happy Wednesday, everyone. So today has just been like a hot mess for me. I was gone most of the morning. I had a hair appointment, buzzed after guys, and just all sorts of things going on today. Plus, the big news is retiring lists have posted for both the mini catalog and the annual catalog, and I still wanted to stay on schedule and get a card made for you for KQ Block. And actually I kind of just had an open mind, a blank slate for today's card number 3 for KQ Block, because knowing that the retiring lists were coming out and such, I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll just kind of do one of these little circle things, point to something that's retiring, and kind of go from there. And actually I did kind of look through first the mini. I haven't spent much time looking at the retiring list for the annual catalog for the fact that it's just really long, and I'll tell you more about that too. But so I'm doing the Ginkgo branch bundle because it's one that I've loved the elegance of it, and so I'm like, you know what, let's show that again for you guys, in case you've missed it other times that I've used it and such. So with that, let me get my camera turned around, and then I think I'll show you some things here on my desktop so that you can see that a little bit better. So I'll kind of go back and forth between the things I want to show you and the actual card that I'm making. Today, I love the simple elegance of these products together. I feel like whenever I use my Ginkgo bundle, that it just comes together so easily. It's just so pretty. And part of it is when you see stamps, here, let me show you where it comes from, then you'll see better. Mini catalog, and it's on page 57 there. You'll see that layout. So in the catalog, whenever you see this little distinctive with the ink kind of highlighted there, distinctive, that means that you'll see variances of color with light and dark. So even though I've used just the one ink pad on here, you can see the color variations from light to dark. And I think that just makes stamp sets look just so beautiful. And I wish that they would kind of put that on here, because I go to grab this and I'm like, I think that's distinctive just by the artwork on there. And so I kind of go through and I go, you know what, it doesn't show that. So that's something that maybe I'm going to have to send an email, like, Stampin' Up, hey, put that on your cover here too. Because we sometimes want to know that. Or if it's a retiring set that you're hanging on to and you might not have that catalog, sometimes it's good to know that, because if I want something elegant, I tend to go towards this. Hey there, Joyce. Thanks for jumping on here. Let's see. So that's the one thing that I wanted to show you. And then where it comes from, of course, because it's so pretty. But look at this, you guys. So this came out last chance. So this is the January through April 2023 mini catalog retiring list. So 2 pages of that. So look what I've already highlighted. I go through and I highlight products that I have that are retiring, just so I stay on top of things. And so I'm saying this so it's important information so that people don't get frustrated or confused. So last chance products here, but if you follow me here on Facebook, you'll see I've posted this under the heading 60% off products. The 60% sale for some products, or up to, it's like 20, 30, you know, whatever, that won't start till April 4th. So that'll be next week. But I'm using the Ginkgo branch dies and the stamp set today. They will be 60% off. So if you go, oh, I love that, I haven't got it, maybe I should get it today. If you know me at all, I love a good sale. Wait till the 4th if you want to, because instead of the bundle being $53, you can get it for $9.20 and $14.40. So that'll be what, $23.60 instead of $53. So I think it's worth saving, waiting, if it's going to be around. And you know, I wish I had that crystal ball. Like, will it still be here on the 4th, or will people go crazy and want to get it right away? But I feel like 60% off versus like 40 or 20 tells me that maybe they have a lot on stock, so in stock, so it should still be there. So there's that. And then the other list that is here is much longer. So this is 5 long pages of the annual catalog retiring. So once again, too, there will be products that will be on sale, but that doesn't start until April 4th. So big important news there. where that comes from. And they did let us know 11 colors will be retiring. So that's where my card comes today. I'm using one of the 11, which is Mary Merlot. And I was really excited when Stampin' Up! Came out with this color. And I remember vividly because my boys were attending Mountain Lake Public School in high school. And it was a great school color for that. So Wolverine Mountain Lake color worked out perfect for that. Hi there, Jill. Hi, Deb. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm going to grab a couple retiring colors to just show you, a couple retiring products, and then the cardstock too. So let me set this aside. And I'm going to show you before I get too far, because I'm going to use this today too. It's called Vellum Basics. And so that's in the mini catalog here. And it's 12 by 12. And it'll make more sense as I work with it. And I'm pretty sure it's on page 46. I actually want to flip back to that. Yeah, it's on page 46 of the mini, because if you're paging through and you see this here, it hardly shows up, and that's part of what I'm going to show you, how to make this pop a little bit more on your project. So I'm going to show you that today, and I'm excited about that, because without showing you how to use it, I think you actually might be disappointed if you got this. So Vellum Basics, like I said, just hardly shows up here. So I'm excited to use that for you. It is not retiring. So I did check on all my products for my project today before I went online, just so that I could have that kind of good information for you as well. So a lot of work went into prepping for today. So I think when this is over, I'm going to just kind of go, whoo. As demonstrators, we can also see the brand new catalog. This is how much I think of you guys, though. I think so much of you guys. I haven't even gotten past the front cover. I looked at the front cover and that's it, because I'm so excited to get the information emailed out to you, posted here on my Facebook page and such. So that's kind of what I have done so far today. And then maybe tonight, when my husband goes to his Wednesday night activities and the house is quiet, I might pull up my iPad and go, now it's time for me. Get out my notebook. Yes, I'm a pen and paper girl, and start making wish lists. So that's what I'll be doing. Or I might be finishing up cards to send out to you guys too, which you've kept me busy with, and I love a quiet night for that too. So let me get started. I try not to chat too long today, but I'm just kind of, like I said, hot mess in a fun way today, and excited to show you this because I really love how it turned out. So let me start by doing my stamping first. Let me get out here some basic white for the big floral arrangement. Like I said, this is going to be Mary Merlot, so that is retiring. So if it's a color you like, be sure to order sooner than later so it doesn't get sold out. Actually, this is a bigger stamp. So I'm going to go like this and ink it up this way. So yeah, stock up on re-inkers, cardstock, things like that, on any colors that you like and you know that they are going to be going away. So that I'm just going to give a nice big press. But like I said, this is one of those distinctive stamps. So isn't that pretty? I love it when you just ink it up in one color and then stamp it out and go, oh, wow, that turned out fun. I always kind of just take a step back and go, wow, every time I use these kind of stamps. I don't know if anybody else has wow moments, but man, if this is all it takes some days, I'm pretty easy to please. All right. Hi there, Rosina. And then since I have my ink out and such before I start my die cutting, I'm just going to ink up the sentiment from the Ginkgo branches, sending hope and peace. It's one of them. And actually I might just, oops, I don't like the way that turned out. Remember how Stampin' Up! Has that special paper or cardstock? You just flip it over and there's a back side to it too. So I'm just going to re-ink that. Much better. So let me show you again the stamp set, Ginkgo branch. So we've got Sending Hope and Peace, which I just stamped out, Thinking of You, which is always nice, With Sympathy, which I'm going to add to the inside, and Friend. How many people just love sending friend cards? So I love that too. So that's great. Now I can do my die cutting. Let me get my ink pad out of the way so I don't end up with a mess because of that. All right, so I've got this, and then the Ginkgo branch dies are so nice too. So I've got this for the sentiment today that I'm using, and this big one for cutting out what I just stamped. But then I don't know if you remember me using this. This is just, these two can be used alone. You don't stamp anything, you just cut out pieces of cardstock, and it's very detailed, very pretty on its own. And then these two pieces are for the extra little images here. So I'm going to be using that for the inside or whatever, but there's dies that match with that too. So very nice die set, just called Ginkgo branch dies. So there's that. Let me see if I can maybe line up both of these things at the same time. Even for like a big floral image, I know sometimes I get out my floral stamps and then stamp them and go, oh, that's hard to line up. This is super easy. You just kind of know which way it should line up and go right away. So, okay, I'm going to put those on there together and put that through. Okay. There we go. All right, so, whoops, got the die stuck there, my paper stuck, but yeah, how beautiful is that, and how quick and easy to have that die cut all at once. And then same with this, and then not only does that make a beautiful frame, if my camera picks this up, you can see it's kind of got a nice beveled edge there too, kind of like multiple layers of edges, which make that look extra pretty as well. So we've got those two things going. All right, so what I want to show you next as I build up my card is this fun Vellum Basics 12 by 12. And so my card base, like I said, is Mary Merlot, opening up this way today for you guys. And then what I've done is cut out from the Vellum Basics a 4 by 5 1/4 piece here. And so if I were to put this on my card, so I'm going to do here, you notice maybe a big difference. This looks very white. This looks just kind of more color coordinated. This won't be bad, but I feel like you really don't see the design so much as you do here. So there's little things where sometimes I go, okay, do I have to go to all the Stampin' Up events? But one thing that I learned, hi there, Lisa, is when I went to Vienna for the launch of the mini catalog, they were talking about this paper, and so the paper has 3 different designs. Kind of let me show you that too. So there's polka dots, and then these leaves here, and then the stripes as well. So stripes, the leaves, and then the polka dots. So, and then there's 2 sheets of each. So, and usually with my vellum, I'm just using little pieces and scraps. So to get a better look at that pattern on there, sometimes I have to go, okay, is this the front side? That's the front side. So this is the front side. And I'm just going to take my blending brush and go counterclockwise across my pad, and then press some color all along this vellum. And I tell you, vellum doesn't take much to color and ink up. And with this too, I don't feel like you have to get it like 100% covered all the same. You can have some areas that are lighter and darker and such, and that's okay too. So I've got that, just kind of brush that around, and so you can see lighter and darker on there. But now when I put that on here, that's when you're going to kind of see that pattern on their pop. So that was one of the tips that they gave us when I went to that on stage in Vienna. So not only did I tour the city while I was in Austria, but it was like a learning experience. And I know you guys get excited and always say, bring us back, lots of fun things. So this is my tip that I'm bringing back for you guys. So with vellum, you still have to be careful though about where you put your adhesive so that it doesn't show through. So what I'm going to do, knowing like that I'm going to kind of set this on there and this on there, so I kind of have an eye for that. I'm going to pull this out, tip it over, and then I'm going to put my dimensionals on here kind of every which way in different spots to kind of pop that up in certain areas like so. And I'm going to call that good, and then peel off all these little papers here. And then when I put this down where I want it to be on my design here, because that's going to go over top, go like that, pull these pieces off, and then when I flip this over, then I can see, okay, now I know where I can put my adhesive. So literally I'll run this through. Whoops. Sometimes when I use it on vellum, it takes a while to get started, but then it goes fine. So I'm just going to kind of just put that here and there with my regular adhesive here. Okay, and then it's all sticky and ready to go, and then that seal adhesive is only behind these images here. So we've got that going too. So hi Jill, thanks so much. Yeah, it's a very pretty set, and I love that you've been ordering to help out your sister too for her party. That's great. Now to put this on, I'm just going to flip this greeting banner over and put 3 dimensionals on there. And then I've cut a strip of the Mary Merlot. Let me grab that dimension here. It is, I thought it was 1 inch, but I just want to make sure it's 1 inch by 4 inches. And I'm just going to center that there. And then on the corners, I'm going to put some dimensionals. I'm actually going to kind of put that down, the middle one, down at the bottom, because we're going to put it on top of that, and I don't want 2 dimensionals at the top, one on top of each other if I'm overlapping like so. So just kind of gonna catch the bottom edge of this so it looks like it's flowing out of there, and then I also want some of this to show at the bottom, and I don't want it to be crooked. There, I think it's okay. At first I thought it was crooked, but it's good. All right, so that is the basics of the card there for you guys. And of course, you know that I want to decorate it as well. So I'm gonna go like, okay, what are some accessories that are either gonna coordinate or just kind of accessorize it in a fun way. Hi Sue, hi Donna, thanks for jumping in. Now these are retiring too, elegant faceted gems. So let me show you those since I've taken some off of my cards. They're in the back here of the annual catalog, and that lets me show you some more retiring products. They're number 11 here, elegant faceted gems. Normally they're $7.50, but if you wait, if you go, oh yeah, I think I do want those. If you wait until let's see, page 142. If you wait till the sale starts April 4th, then they will be 60% off and just $3. So I've loved using these. Like my cards are kind of empty. I have several cards. So they come in petal pink and clear and kind of a pearlescent white, which looks great with like our very vanilla and such too, or even white. So for this, I'm going to take out one of my cards here and use kind of the more clear. And I'm just going to use the larger one and pop that down here, and then another larger one here, and just kind of fill in there. And I kind of like the etched look on these, but also you can see the pattern underneath here from the Fun Basics Vellum too. So that's always nice. All right, so I've got that. And then for the inside, I'm just going to take and stamp out. Let me get my scratch paper over here. Like I said, this stamp from the Ginkgo branch just kind of is another piece of this image. But there again, isn't it fun to just see the light and dark with that distinctive art that the Stampin' Up! Artists use. I love that, where it's just one color, but it has variation there. So I've got that piece, and then for the inside to coordinate with the outside with Sympathy. Very nice, beautiful. I love that font there. It just, especially for Sympathy, it just is calm and soothing that way. Okay, this is funny. When I was making my sample, I'm like, how did I get ink there? It almost looks like it's on my adhesive. And I'm like, well, maybe it's on my fingers. I went and washed my hands before I started my Facebook Live, and I see it again on this. But I think what happens, and it makes sense, is on the back side of this, after I've blended with a blending brush all that ink on the back side, then and then I go to put my adhesive on, adhesive gets on here. So it's just that first little piece that has it. So now I know why. So if that happens too, now you'll know why. So we've got that, because there's nothing more frustrating. I know it happens to all of us that we get ink on our fingers too. And then another thing with using the vellum and not having that adhesive show is sometimes like, okay, this is a little bit, you know, free flow here because I don't have any adhesive. If you want to put your embellishments in a different area, and then just grab some mini glue dots and put those, you know, behind there, you can pull it up and with your take your pick tool, just sneak them on the back side, and that will help put that down. But I always feel like if you've kind of got all these layers and the majority of your vellum tacked down, you should be in pretty good shape for that too. So thanks so much for joining me. It's been fun to put together Kay's 3 samples. And like I said, it's been, whoops, oh boy. There we go. You can see all my cardstock. I want you guys to see me, not my mess. Although my mess is kind of pretty because all those cardstock colors are pretty. All right, so if you have any questions with the retiring list and everything going on today, and wondering what's carrying over, what's staying, and all that, please let me know. That's what I'm here for. Otherwise, I'm going to be taking the next couple days off to make sure that I get cards out in the mail to you guys for the March card sets. And then I have a community ed class coming up on Monday that I need to prep really hard for and cut for hours and hours to get ready for that. Last I heard, there's like 25 people coming, so it's a nice big class. And hopefully the weather will participate because it will be April by then, right? It should be spring, you guys. So I will be back again Tuesday to demo for you guys, and that's going to be the virtual party for Sue Bay for her 50-licious birthday party. So glad to be a part of that. So that's what I have going. And then in April, I will be demoing a series of 8 cards again for you guys. And those I'll be highlighting products that will be retiring, because you guys have said over and over how you love it when I pull out things that will be retiring and showing us one last idea and such using those products, so you don't feel like just left in the lurch. And so hopefully I can continue to give you great ideas for things that will be going away as well. Thanks so much, Joyce. I think that looks like a card that you would make too. So, all right, have a great night. See you later. Bye-bye.